WordPress is not something that people should be using for their business. I say this as a 15-year WordPress developer. Now, as I've started to mention this to more and more people, one of the reasons I mention this, there's a lot of reasons, but one of the biggest reasons I mention this is because WordPress is just slow. And so one of the responses I keep hearing from people is that you can make WordPress fast, which I found kind of puzzling, because if you switch to something modern like Next.js, it's just fast by default rather than slow by default, and you don't have to put a ton of work into it to make it fast. So here's an example. This is pretty normal for what I have seen throughout the years of a WordPress website. Performance at around 69 or anything under 80 is getting pretty rough. This has some pretty rough loading times. And accessibility isn't that great, but this is pretty normal. This is what you tend to see with a WordPress site that doesn't have any specific optimizations in it. We've got a full 5 seconds to the first contentful paint on a mobile device. And this is just like a pretty standard WordPress website. This is actually a really big WordPress website that is a blog that's been around for years that teaches you about WordPress. And even they are getting a pretty rough score, a lot better on desktop, but for mobile, it's seriously struggling. Now let's compare that to a Next.js site that I recently built with minimal performance tweaking, 100 across the board. Performance, accessibility, best practices, SEO. That's on mobile. Here's desktop, 100 across the board. Now it's okay in many cases if this is around 80 or 90 or something like that, but this is out of the box, right? So when you hear people say that it's fine, we can make WordPress fast, you might want to stop and consider, what if there's an alternative that's already fast and you can just focus more on building rather than hacking it to make it up to modern standards?